Hey, how you're doing? Just here in Grassington by this fantastic stepping stone spot. One step, one punch, one round at a time. That's something that a line from Rocky Balboa, he said it to Adonis Creed, who is the son of Apollo Creed, you know, in the first Creed movie. And what he was trying to do there was to explain to the young boxer who could see this massive fight ahead of him as being this like huge obstacle to overcome. And Rocky Balboa there was basically explaining that, you know, instead of seeing the whole goal to win the fight, you should break it down into small steps. Now, we all know this. You might have heard of the term, what's the best way to eat an elephant? Well, one bite at a time. And that's like that. It's like, what's the best way to build a wall? It's to place one brick at a time over many consecutive days. You know, if you think about breaking any goal down, it's always down into the, you know, instead of seeing the whole, this is it. The whole goal, no matter how big, can be very scary. But if we break it down into small chunks, you know, small sub goals even, and then even daily goals, like I always say, you know, you should do 3 small things a day working towards your goals. And if you do it that way, that's how everything gets done. Everything gets achieved through consistency, but it's always in small increments. You're not burning yourself out every day. You can fit in goal achievement into your day, into your normal day. So even if you've got like a, you know, a full-time job, or we've all got things to do, you know, we've all got jobs, work, family commitments. Even if you're working 8-10 hours a day, you can still spend 20 minutes to an hour on each task, each of your 3 tasks. Even if you just spend 20 minutes a day working towards your goals, this is how everything gets done. So you're not breaking your back here, and I've been doing this for sort of years now. I've set many goals and achieved them just through working small little bits, continuous bits every day towards my goals. I'm not breaking my back doing 10 hours. Yes, sometimes we have projects like that, you know, we work where we have to do that, where we might have to work a good 10 hours solid to get a project done, or, you know, something like this. Like maybe it's, like in my case, I work in software, so I might have to configure a server, and it might take me 2 solid days. I might just get my head down and do that. But normally when I'm working towards like bigger goals, I'm not trying to cram it into 2 days, you know, I'm spreading it over, say, 6 months. And it also doesn't feel so scary when you break it down like that, because if you can break it down into small, just continuous improvement, continuously working towards your goal in small steps like that, one brick at a time, then it's not scary. You know, if you just focus on, instead of focusing on the whole goal, just focus on today. I just want to do that brick, and then tomorrow I want to do that brick. That's the analogy of building the wall. It doesn't matter what it might be. Like Rocky said, you know, one step, one punch, one round at a time. That's how you get through that huge, scary task. You know, you think Adonis there, he had that fight, very scary, but doing it one punch at a time. You know, create a goal that aligns with your identity, right? And then start working on it daily. Just small actions. So, you know, whether that action might be as small as, say, you know, if you're going to get fit, you want to start running, it might just be putting your shoes on and going for a walk. Like, you know, coming to a place like this, just going for a little walk, or maybe even just a very short walk, just 5-10 minutes, is a step forward, isn't it? You know, you're not trying to do it on day one. You're not going to achieve a big goal on day one. Big goals are achieved over longer periods of time, you know, through continuous application of good habits. So here's what I do, right? You know, as you know, I'm a massive fan of journaling. So every day I write down, when I come to do my setting my intentions for the day, which is, you could say, is like your morning routine, is I write down 3 small things that I'm going to do today. Each one ties back to one of my goals. So I don't focus on the whole day. I'm not, if I'm, say, working a full day, like 8 hours or something, I'm not focusing on the whole day. I'm really trying to hit what are the top 3 things that I need to do today. And each one of these may take me somewhere between 20 minutes and 1 hour each. And I just make sure I do them consistently every day. And just the act of me, when I finish each day, go back through the other days, it's just tick, tick, tick. Just hitting those top 3 things a day. No matter what else happens in your day, whether you're at work for 8 hours, 10 hours, just make sure you do those top 3 things each day. Small steps towards your goals. That consistency, this last 6 months. But just plan your day. Always ask yourself in the morning, question, what are the top 3 things that I need to do today? And I've got 3 things here. And that's how I do it consistently. And then after I've set my intentions, which I usually do in the morning as part of my routine, I then can start my day with intent. And I usually get them out of the way in the morning really quickly. And it's almost like my work is done for the day. The rest of the day, the afternoon, yeah, we'll do other things. But the pressure's off knowing that I've done my 3 things for the day consistently every day. I think I did a video on, it was explaining the difference between trying to cram everything in to a very short period of time versus spreading it out over a longer period of time. So if you work very, very hard for a few days or even a week, solid, you'll get a lot done. But the way you'll get even more results is working consistently for, say, a little bit every day for a year, 6 months, a year. That will trump trying to get everything done in 1 or 2 days or even a week every time. And it'll also become more consistent in terms of your life, because what we're really trying to do here is develop good habits. So like the fitness goal, that is to develop the good habit of training, say, 3 or 4 times a week, every week, consistently for a lifetime. If you took the approach that you're going to try and lose all that weight in, 2 or 3 months, a very small, a much smaller period of time, and you're going to go and do 2 hours a day, train every single day. You can't really train more than that. You just won't have the energy. But let's say you're going to train 2 hours a day every single day. That is not sustainable. Whereas if you train for, say, 45 minutes to an hour, 3 or 4 times a week, that's sustainable for life, basically, or at least until you're healthy and mobile. That's what we want to do. We want to train ourselves to make almost like fundamental life changes, so that that are sustainable, that we can they're not going to burn us out, and we can go at it for a very long period of time, because that's how results are gained, really. Real results are over time, that way. Continuous application of good habits. You're not trying to do it in a week. So just remember, 1 step, 1 punch, 1 round at a time. Small, continuous application of good habits over a long period of time is how you get your results. All right, like the video, don't forget to subscribe, and see you all next time.